Hello! So it's been a long time since I did a face-to-face camera video, other than my vlog, which it doesn't really count. But the last time I did one of these was my frame data video, which was like over half a year ago. So it's been pretty long, and I thought I would do this video in preparation for my upcoming Sergei Dragunov guide, which will hopefully be coming out by either next week or late this week, but most likely early next week, because I have to do a lot of editing. But in any case, Dragunov's combos are pretty complicated, so I decided to make a whole dedicated video for this before I do that guide, because I thought it would be a lot easier if I explain some of these concepts in a separate video, so that I don't actually have to talk in the combo section of the Dragunov guide, so that it's a lot easier that when you already understand the concepts, it's a lot faster to digest. This video is supposed to help those who already didn't know this crouch cancelling or forward 3 after screw concept. It would help them a lot, and it also makes the combo section of that video a bit more fast-paced, so that it's a lot more concise, rather than me having to explain it in that whole section, which would be really complicated and take really long. So, in any case, this is, I have Tekken 7 open right now. As you can see, I have 2 Dragunovs. I'm on Infinite Azure, it's very nice, and I'm going to be explaining 2 main concepts. I'm going to be explaining how to connect forward 3 after screw, which would be something like this. Like that, connecting forward 3 after screw. And the next part I'm going to be talking about is crouch cancelling. So crouch cancelling is also another one of Dragunov's key essentials in his combos. You see it a lot after a forward 3 or 3-1. So those are the 2 things I'm going to be explaining in that order. I'm going to be explaining about the forward 3 after screw first. So in any case, let's just jump right in. For forward 3, this move, it's a very essential move in Dragunov's toolset because of his combos. So you can do something like this, like that for wall carry and whatnot. It's very useful because it's used in a lot of combo enders, and such combo enders would be something like this, like that. So as you can see, I connected a forward 3 after the screw. And if you don't know what a screw is, I don't know why you're watching this video. This is a screw. The opponent's like in that flying state, that's a screw. A lot of people don't actually know how to connect forward 3 after a screw, and I understand why. I also had this problem. I actually figured this out myself, and then the button buffering method that I use also is, I picked it up from Aris, who made a video on it, which I'll be explaining here too. So for Dragunov, he has a forward 3. That's his forward 3. And if you do forward 3, you still get that. You still get a 4-4-3 anyways. Which means if you try and land a forward 3 in a combo, it would look something like this. Like that. That's not very good for wall carry, even the damage is not that great. So this is what you don't want. I mean, it's not a bad ender, but it's just not optimized. If you want to get like something like wall carry, that's not what you want to get. You want to get this. This is what you want after your screw. Now the problem with that is that because he has a forward 3 and a forward 3, how are you going to get a forward 3? Well, you notice that if you do forward 3, you get a forward 3. But if you do a forward 3+4, you also get a forward 3. And the reason why this works is because forward 3+4 is not a move that exists for Dragunov. Dragunov doesn't have such a move like forward 3+4, which is why this works. Because if it doesn't have a move associated with that input, it just naturally takes the next closest move that has that input and then makes it that move. So the game treats it as though you're doing forward 3, even though you're doing forward 3+4. Now why is this important? Because if you notice, if you look at the combo inputs, you can see that I inputted forward 3+4. Now the reason for that is because that's the only way I can possibly get a forward 3. And if you try and do forward 3+4, I've noticed that it doesn't work. It just gives you a forward 3. So you have to do forward 3+4 in order to get the input that you want. I'll show you once more. There you go. So this is how you do it. I know it's not exactly like the most conventional thing, but there's an easier way to do it if you have difficulties hitting 2 buttons at the same time. It's a lot harder than a lot of people think, but hitting 2 buttons means you risk sort of missing your input. So like if you want to get 3 plus 4, for example, sometimes you might accidentally hit 1 button earlier than the other and get that instead. You see, the 3 came out first, then before the 3 plus 4. So here's a method to basically minimize the chances of that, or basically eliminate the chances of that. So for Dragunov, a lot of his screws end with either 4 or 3, because he has 4, 4, and back 4, 3. Now, the input you want to get is 4, 3 plus 4, right? So what you can do is button buffering. After the screw, you don't let go of your 3 or 4, whichever one you want, depending on which one you just last did. You keep holding it. As you can see, you can hold down the input and do whatever you want. I'm still holding down on my 4. And as you can see, if you do 3 plus 4 by hitting just 3, not 3 plus 4, because you're already holding down your 4. If you just hit 3, the game treats it as though you're doing 3 plus 4. And basically, this means you're only hitting 1 button by getting a double input. So you can do this and get the 4 at 3 after the screw by after the screw holding down your 4. See this? The screw is a 4. The screw is 4, 4. And then you can hold down on the 4 and then dash up and get that. Get your 4 at 3. So this is what the combo notations look like. Yep, like that. So it's a forward, forward, forward. You hold down your 4, forward, 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 3. You hit down only the 3 because you're already holding the 4. It's pretty useful in a lot of different combos, like especially in King and Armor Kings. After their screws, you can hold down on the button so that you can always get the Shining Wizard afterwards. And for Dragunov's case, it's for you to get the forward 3. So this is the button buffering method. If you want to learn more about button buffering, I'll link Aris's video in the description. He's made a whole video on it, but this is just one of the use cases. And it's essential for Dragunov because it basically eliminates the chances of you messing up your input. So if, for example, this is what a messed up 4, 4, 4, 3 plus 4 would look like. Like that. See, I tried to do 3 plus 4, 4, 4, 3 plus 4, but I ended up getting a forward, forward, forward 3 because I hit the 3 earlier than I hit the 4. So you want to eliminate any chance of that by just doing the button buffering method, which is holding down your 4 and then doing 4, 4, 3. See? Simple. Now the second concept I want to talk about is crouch cancelling. Now crouch cancelling is quite important to Dragunov because in a lot of his combos you require to crouch cancel. Now he has 2 moves that can go into his crouch dash, which is forward 3 down forward. You see when he rolls forward, that's basically a crouch dash. And 3-1 down forward. You see that? So these 2 moves allow him to transition into crouch dash. Now you sometimes want to use these moves as enders because they are good combo enders, but you don't want to use the moves out of crouch dash. So for example, let's say you want to get a jab afterwards. You want to hit 1, but you end up getting a crouch dash 1. That's not what you want. So how do you avoid this? You sidestep cancel or crouch cancel with a sidestep. So basically once you're in a crouching state, the only way you can sidestep is by tapping up into the background, regardless of which side you're on. As you can see, if I'm on the other side, I also have to tap up to sidestep cancel. See that? I have to tap up. If you tap down, it won't work. Oops. You see that? It won't work. The reason for this is because down is the input for crouch, and it's also the input for sidestepping into the foreground. And when you're already in a crouching state, you can't mix those 2 together. So you had to tap up in order to tell the game, hey, you want to sidestep. So in Dragunov's case, you have to tap up and then do your move right afterwards. So let's say I want to end with 4-1, right? That's my combo ender of choice. So I'll do this. If you look at my inputs, I'll do forward 3 down forward and then crouch cancel with up like that, and then I'll do 4-1 immediately. Your sidestep has to be so fast that it doesn't even look like Dragunov did a sidestep. Because if you do it too slow, it will kind of look like something like this. That's way too slow. And in a combo, that wouldn't work because the 4-1 just wouldn't come out fast enough. See that? That's not what you want. This is what you want. Yep. It's so fast that it doesn't even look like he crouch cancelled. And in even more complicated situations, this is something you can do. I'm not sure if you noticed there, but there were like maybe there were 2 crouch cancels before the screw even happened. So one where I did forward 3, and I crouch canceled, and then I did 3-1 into crouch cancel into 4-4 to screw. Crouch cancel, right there. 2 crouch cancels in the matter of 2 seconds, less than 2 seconds. So this is a very important skill to pick up because you can do easy combos with Dragunov, don't get me wrong. Like this is a very easy combo that requires no execution. Like that. 0 crouch cancelling, 0 difficulty, it's really easy to do. But if you want to get more optimized with his combos, you kind of have to do it because for certain combos like running 2, oops, like you have to do it, otherwise you're just gonna get a shitty combo. Like that. So if you want to end up like getting a better combo like that, you have to do crouch cancelling, because otherwise you're just gonna do a really shitty combo that isn't very good and limits your options also. Like this combo, very few things will work with it. Like that's your only option. It does more damage, but there's also better combos from the previous one that I did. I did one that has low damage, but there are higher options, higher damage options out of this running 2 combo. So yeah, you have to kind of learn how to do it. Here's a good way to practice. I picked this up from, if I'm not wrong, I either picked this up from Eris or somewhere else. But basically, a good way to practice is you do forward 3 down forward. You see this? You go into this crouch dash, and then you sidestep with up, and then you do a jab. If it looks like he didn't even sidestep to do the jab, like it looks so smooth that it didn't even look like he sidestepped, you're doing it right. Like that's obviously wrong. I'm messing it up, but like that. That's what you want to do. And you can practice the same with 3-1. Because 3-1 and forward 3, the crouch cancelling timing is actually different. It's not the same. So you have to practice kind of both of them. Like that. So that's what you want to do. I think this is a good way to practice before you start applying it into your combos. So if you've never done like these crouch cancel combos before, like, you know, this is a good way to practice. But yeah, that's actually about it. It's not a lot of concepts, but it's pretty, for new players especially, or new players to Dragunov, this might be something that, you know, is completely glossed over and very few people talk about it, and they don't know how to, they always see these forward 3 loop combos, and then they're like, how do I get forward 3 to jab? Like, it's too difficult, like I don't know what to do. And this video has hopefully helped to alleviate that and get Dragunov players to know how to do the combos right and do the optimized combos. And yeah, but that's about it. If anyone still has any questions, do just leave it in the comments. I'll be happy to reply to the questions that make sense, because I don't want to reply to dumb questions, because I get that a lot. But yeah, that's about it. And if you are new to the channel, please stick around, because I'll be doing my full Dragunov guide very soon, so do check out for that. In any case, thanks all for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.